Today, we will be participating in this first ever round of this new V8 Supercars Championship on Project Cars 2. This is Triple Crown Racing, let's get into it. So, finally, we are league racing on Project Cars 2, and for those who know me on Xbox, you will know that I absolutely love this game. I actually have more than 300 hours on this game. I haven't checked recently, but that was the last time I checked. And also, for those of you who know me, you will know that V8 Supercars are not exactly my strength, and that is actually what we're doing today. This is the first ever round of the new V8 Supercars Championship that I'm doing, and we are visiting some of the best racetracks in the world, starting at Brands Hatch, going to Algarve, then to Sportsland Sugo, and then of course to Bathurst, then to Snetterton, and finishing off at Rabuna Park. And today, obviously, we are starting off at Brands Hatch, and right now we're doing practice, so while I'll tell you a bit about this league, you can just watch this lap that I'm currently doing of Brands Hatch. So we have an amazing turnout for round one of this league. We actually have 12 people on the grid, all of various different skill levels. Most of these guys are from the old ASR Championship. So before I did GT3, I did V8 Supercars, and a lot of the guys that are doing this championship did actually do ASR as well. So a lot of familiar faces, a lot of guys that I've raced with before, and it should be a very competitive and very interesting season of league racing. So coming up to the end of this lap that I've just set in practice, and these are the results for practice. So that lap was actually good enough for 10th place. Unscrewed Squid topped the timing sheets, and our league coordinator Witty Lizard was in 5th. So this is coming up to the end of my best lap in qualifying. Now, I actually set this lap not knowing what times other people were going to be doing, so I didn't really try to set another time, and that was a 1 minute 24.5, which was good enough for 11th place, so we have a long way to go in the race. Sado was starting from the pole, and our teammate Shads would be starting from 7th. So here we are, on the grid, ready to start round 1. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. We are getting ready to go racing, and it's green flag racing now here at Brands Hatch. We have an okay start, but we've decided to sort of back off going into turn 1 because at Brands Hatch this corner can cause some shenanigans sometimes, so we're playing it very safe, and it looks like everyone's gotten through there. Alright, we are side by side with Lockie now, and he will have the inside line to turn 2, and he's on the inside, and there's a couple of cars off, and looks like there's 3 cars involved, and oh my god! Okay, that looks like Whopper off to the side there. There's 3 cars involved in that incident, and Whopper looks like he's been abducted by aliens, but we have gotten through there alright. We're now up to 8th place behind, who's that? Lockie in front of us, who is behind Shads, and we'll see. Oh, we're getting a bit of competition from behind us now. Who is that? I can't quite tell, but will he try to make a move? No, he won't. Coming down into this long sweeping right-hander now, and oh, we've gone a bit wide, and oh, that could have been a big accident. We have lost a lot of time from that, but we have kept it on the road, which is best case scenario for something like that. And we were actually, I mean, we did lose time, but considering that sort of incident, we were actually lucky to get away without ending up in the barriers. Fast forward to lap 2, and we are getting some competition for P9 behind us, coming from P10 and 11. One of those drivers is Dark Racing. I don't know who the other one is. And, oh, it looks like we've gone wide again. And this time, we have actually ended up in the barriers, which has given us quite a bit of damage. Luckily, we are still facing the right way, but the steering is definitely bent. We will have lost a lot of front downforce as well, meaning that this car is going to be a lot more difficult to drive. And there seems to be a bit of chaos up ahead. There looks to be 2 cars off. One of them's back on the road again, and we have just gone down the inside of Lockie, and we are up into 10th place. Now, fast forward a few laps later, and we are losing a lot of time from the damage. As you can see, we are 7 seconds down, and we are off again. And that little incident there, that has given us quite a bit more damage. And again, fast forwarding to lap 10, we are losing a lot of time from this damage. Like this car is barely drivable, and we're actually getting lapped. And Unscrewed Squid is passing us. This isn't for position, but Dark Racing behind him, that is for position, and he's capitalized off us being lapped. And we have a lot of damage, so we won't be able to keep up with him. And as you can see in a second, fast forwarding onto lap 10, I decide it's time to pit, because we are not gaining any time by trying to breach the pit window with this damage. So we're into the pits now, coming up towards our pit box. We are in for tyres only, so we hit our marks. The pit crew get to work. That's the front tyres done now. Just getting the new set on, and they head to the back now. Back tyres coming off, new tyres going back on, and overall that is around a 15-second stop. But as you can see, the repairs are taking a long time. Now fast forward a bit longer, we have been in the pits now for nearly a minute, and it's only around now that they get it done. Yep, it's only now they get it done, and we've been in our pit box for 1 minute and 5 seconds, and we have gone a lap down of our main rival in this race, basically Dark Racing. He's actually just lapped us, so we have a long way to go. I think we'll probably just be driving around for the rest of the race, because we're just, you know, we're nowhere in this race. Annoyingly, once I got the damage fixed, look there, we're setting our fastest lap to the race. So maybe if I'd pit earlier, I would have lost less time, and I could still have been on the pace with Dark Racing and maybe even other drivers as well. Fast forward to lap 26, and we are about to start our final lap of the race. The leaders are on lap 29, which is their final lap of the race, and we are into the final sector now, and I can just see now on the mini-map that there is somebody in the gravel traps on the final corner, and that is Whopper, and he is in P10. This is going to be for position. We're about to pass into P10 on the final lap. Both of us have had terrible races, but I have gotten the pass down on Whopper into the final point scoring position on the final lap. Drama for Whopper, terrible luck for him, but we are up into P10. Can we hold it to the end of this lap? Fast forward till we're in the final sector now. The leaders have completed the race, and we are coming up to the line. Considering the difficult race that we've had, P10 is quite a result. And we have crossed the line now. It's P10 for us. Drama on the final lap, and considering the race we had, I think that is a decent result. So, here are your race results. Our teammate Shads has won this race starting from 6th place, followed by Unscrewed Squid and Fish Racing. Sato was actually in P3 on the final lap, but he lost it on the last corner. And in fact, he actually recorded this race as well, so I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Obviously, in the Drivers' Championship, it's basically just the race results. But in the Teams' Championship, as you will see in a second, our team, which is me and Shads, is actually leading the championship, which is great for us. We're on 26 points. Shad's doing most of the heavy lifting there. Thanks, Shads. Thanks for getting us to that position. So, despite having a terrible race, I've really enjoyed this. It's good to be back to League Racing on Project Cars 2, and it's good to be racing with the old ASR boys again. I'll see you all next time for round 2 at Algarve. See you then.